So it's a beautiful January day. Thank you very much, Steve, for letting us use the range.
No problem.
And we're here getting ready for our upcoming wild boar hunt in Hungary, which is only a few days away.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, very exciting, but we're not prepared. We're used to kind of wilderness environments, shooting at 300 yards at giant moose and grizzly bear and all that sort of thing. But of course, wild boar hunting in Hungary is going to be much more ballistic, fast-moving animals coming through the bushes. Hopefully, we're going to get onto them, but that means we're going to need a slightly different style of equipment. Now, in front of us, we've got three options that we're going to be taking with us. Wildie's R8 Professional Success in 300 Win Mag. That's topped with a Hawke Frontier 1:6x24. Something slightly different, Howa 1500 in 308 with a GRS Berserk stock and a Hawke Reflex red dot sight. Of course, it's 308, which is not a magnum caliber, but I'm going to be shooting 185 grain Lapua megas through that.
That should do the job.
So they pack a bit of a punch. And then my Sauer 404 in 338 Win Mag, topped with a Hawke Endurance 1:4x24. All low mag, all fairly manoeuvrable and lightweight, so hopefully we should be able to swing through and pick off the shots on the animals we're looking at.
I'd have thought so. They're very pointable rifles, aren't they? We're beautiful, and we've used them for a long time now, so...
Yeah, we're very confident with each of these rifles with different scope setups. Very comfortable with the ammunition, so all we need to do now really, get them zeroed up, fire a few shots through them, and we can go and have a look in a little bit more detail about each of the rifle and scope combinations and why we've picked what we have. So I suppose we better get to it.
Let's get some rounds down range. This is my Blaser R8 Professional in 300 Win Mag. She's a beautiful rifle. I've used her all over the world. I've used her in Alaska, deer stalking in the Highlands, and now I'm going to take it wild boar hunting. So I've taken off my normal piece of glass and we've fitted this Hawke Frontier 30 1:6x24. She's absolutely packed with features. Well, I'll just run you through them now. We have a 6 mag ratio adjusted with this high torque zoom ring. We've got a 21 layer multi-coated optics for ultimate clarity, which will drag in every little bit of light when it starts going dusk. It's also made from a 30mm piece aluminium tube for superior strength when you're using it with the magnum calibers. We've also got a long eye relief, so when you're using it with your magnum calibers, we've got a nice long gap there between bridge and my nose, and the last thing we want is that broken again. We've also got the 1/10 MRAD adjustable turrets. In here, we've got an illuminated reticle, 1:6 settings, which gives you all the levels of brightness that you're ever going to need. And she's in a real compact package. She's 265mm and only weighs 560 grams.
So here we have my Sauer 404 in 338 Win Mag. Now, I'm very familiar with this rifle. I used it in Alaska, and now it's going to come wild boar hunting with us in Hungary. I'm pretty sure the round is big enough. If it can bring down moose, it can bring down wild boar, but also I've got to put the bullet in the right place. And for that job, we have this Hawke Endurance 1:4x24. This is one of the new wide angle models, which has a 20% greater field of view. So there's an 18-layer optical coating system for maximum light transmission, this high torque, grippy knurled magnification ring, fast focus eye bell for adjusting your eye relief, and it also has a good long eye clearance for use on magnum rifles. Target style adjustment turrets with 1/2 MOA adjustment covered by these dust caps. There's a laser etched reticle, and this is an L4A dot style reticle, and it's illuminated in red with 6 settings, operated by the rheostat external here on the saddle. And it's all in a pretty compact chassis. It's 282mm long and 493 grams, so nice, compact, lightweight and manoeuvrable. So here we have the new addition to the gang, a certainly new addition for me for wild boar shooting. This is a Howa 1500 and 308 Winchester. It's got a heavy varmint barrel that I've had cut down to 18 inches. Fitted with a moderator for today because we're on the range and it helps with recoil and also trying to keep the noise down a little bit. With the heavy barrel, the moderator shouldn't make too much difference in terms of point of aim, but once we get out onto the range tomorrow, we're shooting a ballistic driven target so we can adjust it as necessary. That's fitted with a GRS Berserk stock. This is one of my favourite stocks to shoot. It's got a lovely ergonomic grip, rubber inserts to the fore end into the pistol grip here, multi-adjustable butt pad and cheek piece here so you can get the rifle to fit you perfectly. It's also very handy when you're shooting the red dot sight that we have here, which is a Hawke Reflex red dot sight, and at just 54 grams, it's probably the lightest sighting system I've ever used. So I have used red dot sights before, but in a slightly different configuration, but I have to say I'm very impressed with this package. It's very, very lightweight, 25 layer optical coating, so there's a nice clear sight picture through the red dot. It's a 3-minute angle red dot, so it's actually quite a fine dot when it's on the target, which aids for target acquisition and making sure you've got the correct aim point. Very easy to adjust once you've undone the locking screws at the back here. The windage and elevation can be adjusted with a screwdriver, and it's very precise in comparison to a crosshair with magnification. It obscures quite a lot of the target, but it consistently puts the rifle back on the same point of aim. One of the great things about red dot sights when you're shooting ballistically is you can acquire the target with your eyes, bring the rifle up to bear, there's no change in magnification, put the red dot just on front of the animal's nose and you can pull it down. So in terms of the consistency and how well it's shooting, I'm extremely impressed so far. So there we have it, another very successful afternoon on the range. 3 rifles, all zeroed.
Perfect, where they need to be.
So we know that the rifles and the ammunition and the scopes are all in tune.
Now comes the dodgy bit.
Yeah, it's the guys. So we're heading off next to Andrew Venables at WMS Firearms training in Wales. He has a running bore target set up to teach the basics of ballistic shooting. Shooting at moving targets, your positioning, where to aim, judging distance, speed and all those sorts of things. And hopefully
we'll get it off to pat like we did before.
Yeah, so yeah, pretty exciting.
Yeah, he's very exciting to go there, and he's a very, very good instructor. We've been there numerous times before and we've always come back learning and it's good. Well,
I learn every day, luckily, Wildy.
Well,
but when you're around somebody like Andrew, who's forgotten more about shooting and marksmanship skills than I think we'll ever know, then it's handy to have a guy like that on your team. So once again, good shooting, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, good fun.
And now comes the fun stuff. Good job.